after this happened, Denali didn't go into some remorseful meltdown, oh my God, what have I done? She was out recruiting more victims, according to this timeline and what you've heard from your friend.
Yes.
So, no remorse.
She had no remorse.
But at first, she played the role of worried friend, correct?
Yes.
What did she say to you when you first reached out to see where's my daughter? What did she first say?
We had a phone call conversation at first, saying that she dropped my daughter off at Polar Bear Park because my daughter was worried that she'd get in trouble. And I asked her why, and she mentioned about marijuana, and I said, well, my daughter don't do marijuana. She was just trying to cover up what she has done. And then after that, for about 2 to 3 hours, it was text kind of, not every so often, saying how she was worried about my daughter, that my daughter would be home safely, that not to worry. And this is already after the fact that she has killed my daughter.
Because they were best friends, and she said she really questioned Cynthia's relationships with her past boyfriends, that Cynthia did not make good choices when it came to boyfriends.
That was wrong.
So she was blaming this on her, trying to set it up.
Yes.
And then I called 2 police officers. He ended up calling Denali. Denali tried to throw the police officer off track again, saying my daughter was out partying all night long, doing drugs and smoking weed and partying, and she'd been doing it for a while. I know my daughter. My daughter spent day after day after day with me, helped me in my construction world. All she wanted to do is make Daddy proud. But when Denali tried to make my daughter look like a partier, the police officer came over to my car and said, your daughter's just a druggie. She's just a partier. And I kept on telling him that my daughter wasn't a druggie, that it was wrong. But that's the thing, I did know her. And that's when I knew something was wrong.
And the real culprit here, in terms of wasting time, Denali is telling you things that cause you to be searching in the park while your daughter is in the water. We don't know whether it was too late or not, but if she hadn't lied and misdirected you and others, you could have gotten to your daughter and perhaps rendered her aid if Denali hadn't sent you on a wild goose chase, correct?
Correct.
Denali bragged to her mom, saying that Caden killed Cynthia, and like it was an everyday occurrence.
All I know is they released Denali, and all my family members were out there, and they were getting texts about things with Denali, and her statements in these messages where she enjoyed watching my daughter get shot through the head.
Denali sent text messages to who?
Denali sent text messages to another man out there. The man somehow reached out to my niece, and my niece showed me these texts that Denali's been bragging about what's been going on to him, how Denali enjoyed watching everything that happened, and that she's the one that owned the gun.
Okay, so Denali is bragging around town that not only did she murder your daughter, but she's proud of it.
Yes. Yes.
And your niece actually saw some text messages between Denali and this man?
Yes, the man sent my niece the copies of it, and it states straight out that she was enjoying it.